Evening all. Welcome back to Instant Spurs episode 23. How's everybody doing? Big up to everyone in the chat. Big up to everyone watching at home. Welcome. And good evening to Guy. How you doing, mate?
Hello.
Thank you for joining us.
So good. My pain is not as bad as it was yesterday, so that's always a good thing, isn't it?
So your tablets, Guy?
Yeah, I always take my tablets.
mate, yesterday sounded particularly bad, mate. You said you had to get crutches to get home, right?
Oh.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I went to the physio and I went to the doctors and I went to the hospital. It was just a very long day of walking and I felt it. Let's just say that.
Big up, man. Thank you for joining us, mate. And Cookie, mate, how are
Always a
you?
pleasure.
I'm all right, mate. I'm traumatised after hearing about Guy's issues there, but I wish him well, and I hope you feel a lot better, Guy, today.
Thanks,
you've got
mate.
some medicine or whatever you've got from the hospital, and I hope you feel a bit better. But yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm ready to listen to what you two have got to say, because I tell everyone what I say all the time, but I don't mind repeating it again, obviously. But, you know, there's certain people on this panel that need to spew a bit, so I'll just come in whenever you're ready, Dan.
Yeah, Cookie, mate. This is your this is your what, third show today, mate, isn't it?
Yeah. It's all good, man. It's all good. We're all right.
My second.
Nah,
I went on another
appreciate
one earlier.
What's that, Guy?
I said this will be my second. I went on another one earlier to speak with Dr. Tottenham Therapy, Mr.
Anthony.
Yeah.
Lovely lad.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Dr. Tottenham Therapy. I don't know that channel.
Anthony. Yeah, young Anthony. Sub to Anthony. He's all right.
Send me the link.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll send you it if I can work it out.
Oh, I got it. Don't worry.
Oh, guys,
You
got it.
While I find the link. There you go.
Well, lads, thank you for joining us. Big up to everyone in the chat. It's nice to say a few hellos. See who's with us. It's like late, last minute stream. Just get the chat up and say hello. Big up to Scott. Always hope you're well outside of Spurs, of course. Big up, Scott, man. Hope you're good. I'm going to put the link in the chat, so if anyone wants to join us, yeah, please do. We've got Russell. Russell's in the house. Big up, lads. Lubo Raid. Big up, Russell. How you doing? Anybody else in here? Let's have a look. We've got Daniel 90 Coys here. How you doing, Daniel 90?
Hey, Daniel.
To you. And yeah, that was the link that you sent in the chat for me. Thank you very much. Right. I'm not going to start off straight away. I'm going to let Cookie go first. I'll explain why in a minute. No, there's a reason. There's a reason, because I've got a distraction in the room. So I'm waiting for the distraction to go, and then I'm going to let it rip. Okay, so Cookie, how did you get on with the show with Billy early on today?
Yeah, we had a great show, to be honest. It was about an hour. Basically, Billy was explaining why the protest that should have been starting this week at the Forest game and probably ongoing up until the Everton game at the end of the season he's being I don't know, whatever you calmed down, non-event, if you like, if you want to call it that, for the reasons that the gathering Tottenham parade or whatever it's called to say, hello everyone, please run faster for us and all that sort of thing. It'll be really great if you could win today. Party, right? Anyway, so for me, unfortunately, I'll do my cheering in the stadium I'm there to cheer the lads on, and I will do. And like I said on the stream earlier, at half time, I will do my best to get the unique out chance going, and the same at full time. And that's all I can do. There's no protest now because of all the groups apparently, or most of the groups, I should say, feel that it would be best to get behind the gathering for the players. So the protest has been put on hold. I've no doubt that it will all kick off at the end of the season. Whether that will be too late or not, I don't know. Hopefully there's other ideas in the pipeline and from other people, and whether they all join forces or not, or whatever they decide to do, I don't know. But one thing I will say that Billy did say today, that, and I can quote him on, was that, and because it's a fact, is that basically he did say that Change for Tottenham, the message from them would be, from now, Enoch out. And they would be making that clear. They're looking at all different ways to advertise, if you like, at different home games that are coming up, through leafleting, speaking to people, and so on and so forth. There's lots of ideas coming up from lots of different people. And I don't know any more than that, really, because no one else has really spoke to me about it. But that's as far as we got with it, really. We had a guest on today who asked him a few questions, asked Billy a few questions. And I won't name him, but then kindly donated a large sum of money to the cause for Change for Tottenham. So there you
Joey
go.
Barton. Joey Barton did.
Big up to Barton. Big up to Joey. Yeah, what can I say? So, even if it was going on for the hour and it helped Change for Tottenham for a little bit to maybe invest in it and look into it a bit deeper at how they should do what they're doing. I don't know. Billy said they've made mistakes. They've got to learn. And one thing he did say was people should remember that CFT is basically just a few members, season ticket holders that got together from Spurs that are not happy with lots of different things that are going on around the club. That's all I can tell you. And I think everything I've said there, Billy said on me show today. So, I'm not going to lie about it. That's what it is. That's where we're at with it.
Okay. Cheers, Cookie, mate. Did it make you feel any better about the cancellation or not?
No, not at all. Because I'd planned, after the original rumour, if you like, came out that it could all start at the Forest game, which was about, 2.5 weeks before, 2 weeks before, something like that. It was a bit short notice. But I decided that I would come down because, as you know, I live up in Manchester now. So I decided I would come down, and I am coming down 5:30 Sunday morning to give it large. I'll support the team. I ain't going to no gathering, right? They can have my support in the ground. I ain't going there whistling and waving at players getting off a coach or whatever it is. I really don't give a monkeys, right? I ain't that type of fan. I do my supporting in the ground, and I also will shout to the rooftops that I want the people that are running our club to get out and let someone else come in that might like football and give us a chance to become something that we never will be under this regime.
No, I agree, man. I agree. I'm going to say my take in a minute. Look, let's go to the chat before we go to Guy. Daniel90 says they're losing credibility, cancelling protests. Scott M says they are making a huge mistake this weekend. And also Scott says the protest cancelled for a useless kumbaya fickle fest that it's all about our fan base. Yeah, look, I agree with all your comments. And Russell's joined us. Let's bring him in. Evening,
Hello,
Russell.
lads.
How you doing?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, fine. Yeah, perfectly.
Yep, coming through clear.
You don't sound local, mate. Where are you from?
Sydney, Australia.
Wow. What time is it over there?
Sorry, I'm just trying to close in one of my screens. It is 10:17 a.m.
Wow.
Nice way
Thank
to
you,
wake
mate.
up, isn't it?
Bloody hell.
Yeah, look.
In front.
Mate, honestly, obviously you've been in the chat on many shows, so it's nice to meet you. You know, how are you?
Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. Excited with the game this weekend. I think we can do it. I think we can win.
Agreed.
I think we can. Yeah, we're going to talk about the game at the weekend, 100%. But yeah, thanks for joining us, Guy. What's your take on that? I know you watched the show Cookie had earlier. What was your take on
I
it all,
did.
mate?
Here's the thing. The problem I've had with CFT for a while and with Billy, and I've said that to him on streams, is the messaging is inconsistent as all hell. The statement that they put out is very contradictory in its paragraphs. If you read it, it to me is incredibly contradictory. They say that okay, the board doesn't deserve this, but we're cancelling. Okay, well the board doesn't deserve it, right? Okay, cool. There's other groups that don't want the protest to happen. Okay, cool. So that's a political move. It's a political move. You don't want to upset other people. That's fine. But I thought that we're not here to care about that. I thought we're here to get the ownership out. I do like the fact that they conceded that their messaging is inconsistent. But again, within their statement, they say they're going to hold steadfast. But if you're going to hold steadfast, why cancel the protest? Again, another contradiction. I think that this bus thing, this parade for a non-trophy, is an absolute shocking thing. I'm not 13 years old. I'm sorry. I'm not. I'm not going to go and clap the players when they get off of a bus. That's just not my style. Like I say, I'm not a child. I know how crucial that this game is. I'm not saying people go there and slag them off. I'm not saying that, but going outside of a bus and singing Kumbaya and going, come on, lads, we'll do this, and start singing. I just think that this is ridiculous fanboy behavior. It's not my style at all. You know that I was actually going to come to the process to meet you guys, even with my injuries. I'm not going to go to the match. I'm not going to any more matches because I believe that I've invested so much money in this club so far and I've got nothing from it. And it's not just from a selfish standpoint. It's just that this team just aren't worth the money to go see live. It's just my own opinion. And I think that cancelling it has just shown the detractors of CFT, but not the protests as a whole, but the detractors of CFT. I think it's given them more ammo to just show, look, these guys aren't consistent. They aren't reliable. And like I say, this is not my arguments, they're theirs. And it's people say that they called it when they cancelled the protest on the Europa League final. I think it's optics. If we're just talking about optics, I don't think this is a very good look. I know Billy was talking about getting momentum, but I think that this has already killed momentum. I think that this, especially their statement, which was quite frankly damage control, I don't think it is a good look for CFT as a spearhead for a time for change or an Enoch out movement. I think a lot of people are just like, you know what, done. And I can't blame them because I was talking to you personally. I can't argue against this with a reason. You know, their arguments are inconsistency. They are very flaky, and I can't argue about that. I can't argue against that. And I'll echo Cookie's thoughts on this. I watched the stream as an outsider, and does it fulfill the reasons that I feel justified? No, I don't think so. I don't think so at all, because I think if we lose this game, what's going to happen? Protests are back on because we lose this game. Are they back on because we lose this game? Or, to me, it just makes no sense.
Fair enough, man. I feel very similar to you, Guy, honestly, and Cookie. Russell, obviously, you can't be there on Sunday. I'm sure you would have loved to have come to watch the game. Mate, what's on it?
In a protest culture, we had a rugby league team here, a famous one, South Sydney, that got thrown out of the comp. And there was a big protest to get them back in. Okay, different circumstances, but our culture is very, very protest-centric. So it's something that I'd support. I think the goodwill one, I know the protest is not protest, but the gathering pre-match this time is very different. It's a goodwill centric type thing. Maybe that's what they need, and then, depending thereafter, they can change their tune. Maybe there's just a coming together of everyone who has been divided for so long that there's an opportunity to come together and push the team through. So, look, I hope it has the effect that the organisers want, and that's to get the result. Because I think really this game, as everyone has suggested, that's our Waterloo. It really is. This will be it. This will determine our fate, I'm sure.
Fair enough. Cheers, mate. Thank you for that. Yeah, just a few hellos in the chat. Big up to Roy Park. Evening to you. Big up to Steve as well. And big up to Jose as well. Hope you're good. All of you. Thank you so much for being here. Our Ghosted is here as well. Big up to Ghosted. How you doing, man? Big up to you as well. Thank you, everyone. Smash the like, subscribe if you're new and all of that. Thank you very much. Right. Where do I start? Where do I start with this? Honestly, I mean, it was last weekend, really, when I got wind of the protest was going to be cancelled. And yeah, look, I was so disappointed. Obviously, I've been planning to go to this protest for, since it's been arranged. I had a lot of sorting out to do to get down there. Arranged it with Cookie. Cookie was, anyway, we're still going to go, but Cookie was going to pick me up, get me down there as well, because my car died on me a couple of weeks ago. So, yeah, it was all ready to go, and yeah, it was just awful news, wasn't it? That it's cancelled, and this gathering. And the first time I saw it was on TikTok. I saw it. This guy called Stu, and he's obviously been on all the YouTube channels lately, building it all up. And I just thought, what is this? What is going on here? I couldn't understand it when I saw it, because we were supposed to be having a protest. So I messaged Billy and just asked him out. It's like, Billy, what's going on? Like, protest, gathering, stay up. And obviously he cleared it up for me and told me what was going on. Look, it's just been, just a massive disappointment. And why, I don't know why there's not enough anger towards ENIC. Now, for me, ENIC have been mugging us off for years, right? Absolutely years, right? And this season, and last season as well, though we won Europa League. League-wise, it was a shambles, wasn't it? 22 league defeats. This season, absolute disgrace in a relegation battle. Failure after failure after failure from this board. And it's like peak. Pretty well, as a Spurs fan, being my age, this is the worst I've seen it, right? And I just don't understand why people want to do the gathering rather than the protest. Of course, we've got to support the team. 100% we've got to support the team. I'm going to the game with Cookie. We're going to get behind the team in the ground. But surely we should be able to do both, right? Protest and support the team, especially what's been served up to us this season, the past 26 years. It's an absolute disgrace, honestly. And I'm just so disappointed with the fan base. I've got to be honest. I am. Maybe people might not like that, but the priority is calling ENIC out. Yeah. If any season to do it, we had a massive protest last year. Yeah. So what's changed this season? We're even worse this season. But again, there's no protest. I don't fully understand it. And I was putting a lot of my hope for this protest on the Sunday, which was supposed to happen. Because I thought it'd be a start of something building, to get ENIC out, or if fans just want change or whatever, just protest for something, just to say you're not happy with the club. I'm ENIC out. I'm not change or anything like that. ENIC all there just for the money. Evidence is there. They're never going to take this club seriously. They're never going to push us on to win things regularly and compete. They're always going to come short. They just haven't got it in. It's all about the money for them. And I'm just really gobsmacked that not enough fans want to protest. On Sunday, I'm going to try and talk to people when I'm there. With Cookie, we're going to try and talk to people to kind of find out why they don't protest. What is it? What is it about? Is it a lack of the knowledge about what's going on? Because not everybody's on YouTube, right? Not everybody
Mhm.
watches YouTube, and so it's just kind of bit of an information kind of gathering what's going on out there in the fan base on match day and how they're feeling about the club currently. Still going to try and talk to as many people as possible. But look, it's an absolute disgrace what's happened this season. I'm so angry, so angry. Like, we're just a complete embarrassment, right? Losing all those games. We haven't won a Premier League game since December. ENIC, the board not sacking Frank. Well, Lange and Vinay took so late to sack him. They should have sacked him in December when there was a season to play for. At that stage, we were still in a position where we could have qualified for Europe. We were still in the FA Cup. We still had things to play for, but they failed to sack him. They waited and waited and waited until it was too late. January comes, absolute disgrace in that transfer window, knowing the team had all those injuries. Right, knowing that we were sliding down that table and only signing Gallagher and that young Brazilian left back. And just the defeats, the manner of defeats this season, the London derbies particularly, absolutely embarrassing. Right, it's been like this for the last 2-3 seasons in the London derbies. We're not winning any London derbies, especially in the big ones against Chelsea and Arsenal. And I just like, I love the club. I want us to win, but I can't accept this from ENIC, Lange, Vinay, whoever. I can't accept it. It's a disgrace, and I want ENIC gone. Now, what's also wound me up? So, fair enough, people want to go to the gathering and support the team. I get that. But where is that energy for the protest? Where's that energy to call ENIC out? Yeah, where is that? Why? There's so much gone into this gathering coming up on Sunday, right? Wouldn't it be fantastic to see that on the protest? All these big groups involved actually rallying up for a protest. Change for Tottenham are trying all they can to get it going, right? If the fan base put that amount of effort into a protest, it'll be huge. I wonder what the numbers will be on Sunday with this gathering. Yeah, well, look, it sounds like it's going to be thousands, I think. It's looking like it. The way it's being pushed out there online, on YouTube, on X. And it's just the more it's been going on throughout the week about this pushing this this gathering, it's just wound me up. It's wound me up because obviously I'm very, very, and I'm not the only one who feels that way. Very, very disappointed that that protest has been cancelled. We've got people travelling around the country. People have bought train tickets to get down there, sort out work, their kids to get down there for Sunday. They've all just got to cancel it. Yeah, it's just not good enough. And then on top of that, obviously we get a win yesterday, which is great, right? Well overdue win, which is, is positive. But that game last night, there was no pressure on these players, right? We're already 3 goals down, right? We weren't unlikely to qualify. It was a confidence builder, and we can talk about it in this show. But the overreaction because of that win, I just don't understand it. Like, we haven't won a game since December in the Premier League. The real game is on Sunday. The pressured game is on Sunday. And we'll see what this team, if they really have kind of turned the corner. And I tread very carefully with this team. This team is very vulnerable. Very, very vulnerable. We can't win a game. We're all over the shop. Tudor's come in. He struggled. But obviously there's been a couple of positive results. A draw away to Liverpool. We beat Atletico Madrid. But until we start winning in the Premier League and start winning, starting off on Sunday against Nottingham Forest, nothing's changed yet for me. Nothing's changed yet. Yes, an improvement in performance on Sunday. Last night. Yes, some great stuff. Fair enough. Good performance. I enjoyed the game. Many fans did, but I think looking at the reaction, it's all gone over the top. There's suddenly this positivity in the fan base when I'm thinking, okay, I get, we've won a game. People are looking forward to the stay up gathering. But where's that anger gone towards the board? It sounds like it just feels like it's just disappeared. Like that these players, right, and the whole club, these players, right, they need us to give them a G up before a game. They know the importance of it on Sunday. They want us to get down there and cheer them on before the game. I don't know. It's embarrassing. To be honest, Spurs being in a relegation fight, having this sort of thing, before the game is embarrassing for us as fans. I find it that way anyway. Anyway, guys, that's me done. Anybody else want to join in with anything else I said there?
Well, no, I completely agree. The very fact that we're in a relegation battle in itself is embarrassing. The whole season's performances have been embarrassing. And I'm with you. We get a draw at Anfield against a very meaty Liverpool team that didn't perform well at all. They did not perform well. And that tie against Atleti, there was no pressure on that game. No pressure at all. Am I happy with the performances? Yes. I'm even happy about Archie Gray. I'm going to put my hands up. Even Archie Gray performed well. You know what I mean? I've got no faults with any players. But again, you're right. To me, that is not a game that I look at and just go, oh, we're turning it around, boys and girls. We're turning it around. No, that comes on Sunday. And again, Dan, and to the rest of the panel and chat, I have no hope. I say this all the time because it's not up to me to instill hope in the team. No. It's for the team to instill hope in me via their performances and results. And that's my standpoint. I don't believe I should give this team anything, considering no offense, we've been eating shit all season. Like, I'm not going to go and happy clap them when they come into the ground for a parade for a non-trophy. No, that's not my view at all.
Yeah, man, I agree, Cookie, what's your take on all the positivity at the moment? Where's it come from? It's just suddenly appeared, isn't it? Like, it's I get if we want to stay in the league, of course. Every fan wants, well, not every fan, but a lot of fans want us to stay in the league. And we need to get behind the team 100%. And the fans get behind the team every week. That has not stopped. If the players play shit, then the fans are not going to be happy. If the players play well, they get a win, they put in a good performance, we see effort on the pitch, we'll get behind them all day long and we'll continue to. But the team hasn't showed enough all season. And, oh man, I'm just gobsmacked, Cookie.
Listen, it was a good result last night at the end of the day. We still got a lot of players out. And like you say, they showed us something last night. But, Sunday is huge. It's like someone said in our chat earlier, it's not even a 6-pointer, it's a 9-pointer, if you like. It's that, I mean, how far would you lot go back and say this is the biggest game since when for Tottenham? Wow.
We're not including the finals, a very long time.
A long time. So I was, all I can say is I'm old enough to remember when we went down in 77. I was 9 years old. It wasn't a good time. I was only a kid at the time and probably didn't understand a lot of what was going on. But I did look into it a bit later on and realised it wasn't a good time for the club. Luckily, we bounced back up and went on to win the FA Cup a couple of times and the UEFA Cup. But times have changed now. I'm one of those fans that just doesn't want to see us relegated, full stop. That's just me, unfortunately. As much as I want ENIC out, I will do whatever in other circumstances. And if that means protesting, if that's the only way, then we need to make sure that one way or the other, all of the groups get together that feel a process is necessary at whatever time to make sure that the fans turn out. It's okay, change for Tottenham and blah, 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 doing their bit and they're doing their thing and they're doing their thing. If there's 5 or 6 groups that can come together and hopefully some new ones as well, then maybe we can get it going. But my viewpoint on it was, Dan, was that, can I be blunt? Am I allowed to be blunt? Yeah.
Say what you want, mate.
Right. Well, listen, on our channel, we said in December that this team was in trouble. right? Everyone said, no, Cookie, you've gone too early, mate. It'll all be all right. Don't worry. And as you say, we was doing this, yeah? Could see it happening. There was no response from players. It was just awful to watch. Awful. We do the commentary on it every week, Dan, as you know. And it's so hard to sit here when a lot of the time your team ain't even getting out of their own half. You know, clearing it, it's coming back. Clearing it, it's coming back. At least last night, what I will say is that there was some nice football last night, I thought, anyway. But what I will say is that Igor did say at the beginning, it's going to take time for these players to understand. Now, again, I'm not saying Igor's the man or whatever. I'm not saying that. But he's obviously come up with something different that if he has to knock the ball long, to get players in and around to win the second ball. I think that's very important for him. We saw a lot of that last night in midfield. Archie Gray picking up every second ball that bounced. Archie Gray was on it. Actually on it like a car bonnet. You know, and that's what we want to see. European football is different to Premier League football. Absolutely it is. You get a bit more time on the ball. As we saw last night, when you progress into the later rounds, you come up against teams that might not be of the top caliber, but Atletico are a very good team. They've got some good players, really good players. Look at Loriente last night. Very good player. Griezmann with his touch, you know, and others as well. But I don't know if anyone saw last night. You know, I've been a big Archie Gray, just to go off the subject slightly, Dan. Sorry. I've been a big Archie Gray non-believer, if you like, right? And last night, I thought last night that kid was superb. I really did. I thought he had a really good game last night. But, again, it was European football. I think he played well against Dortmund as well, to be fair, right? But they've got to start doing it in the Premier League. Whether it's him, whether it's Paulinho, whoever it is, whoever's playing, whatever team gets sent out on that pitch, right, has got to perform now. They've performed last night after weeks of dross. You can't say he didn't play. He done well, Scott, last night. I'm sorry.
He did.
He done well last night.
Yeah,
mate.
I'm his biggest detractor, and I could admit that.
Mate, he's not. He was never for me, Scott. I've got to say, Archie Gray.
Me neither.
He was never for me. I thought that we were doing more harm than good. To be fair, the way he's plotted around all over the pitch, right? But he did some nice stuff last night. He won a lot of second balls, which was very, very important last night, I thought, anyway. Yeah, and I'm not saying he was 10 out of 10. He was probably 7.5. They were all 7.5s, weren't they, last night? I thought they did well, but they've got to bring that. They've got to bring that to Sunday. But anyway, going back to the protest thing, fuck Enoch, right? It's been fuck Enoch for 26 years, right? We've got to get these people out protesting one way or the other in some way, shape or form, as Billy acknowledged today. Yeah, all these ideas that people are having need to come together. This was the time to get into Enoch. They had nowhere to go. Yeah, and I'm sorry that what the team are doing on the pitch has got nothing to do with what we want to protest against Enoch whatsoever. Yeah, they're in the ground. They can't hear it. They might get reports later on, but they can't hear it while we're doing it. It's half an hour before the game. So I don't see what the problem is. But people have got to turn out. There's no point 100 people turning up. You know, if people really want change and don't want to be stuck by the regime for the next 10 years, then they've got to get up off their asses, get out there, yeah, and, you know, protest. But so, like I've said on our channel, Dan, some people need time. Some people ain't just got a couple of £100 sitting around that jump on a train or fill their car up to come down from a protest, because it's not just people in Tottenham that are coming to the protest. There's people from all over the country, people flying from Northern Ireland and other places around the world. So it's got to be done properly. But I fear that this season now, ENIC again are going to be let off the hook. Yeah, but they're going to get away with it again, and we're going to go into next season with the same old shit, especially if we stay up. That's where I am with it, mate. I don't know what else to say.
Mate, spot on, man. Everything you said there, mate. And we'll talk about the game yesterday. We will talk about it, because there is positive signs, and I think it's important we talk about it. It's not, I've come on here tonight with things I needed to get off my mind. Yeah, about the whole kind of this. I don't know. I just think it's extreme positivity. I just don't get it. The season has been awful. Dreadful. It's better start winning games, then fair enough. Yeah, we start winning Premier League games. You can move away from that relegation zone. Fair enough. Yeah, and then I can get it. I get it. But after one win, a draw away to a Liverpool side, which it's not a vintage Liverpool side, that, and this whole gathering thing, the combination of it all, it just got to me. It really has. I just want to say a few hellos to people in the chat. Big up to Billy. How you doing, man? Big up to Carl as well. Big up to Destiny 5. Thank you all for being here. Just make sure I've said hello to everyone. Big up to Lee Anderson. Big up to Zorbath, the geek. How you doing as well? Big up to One Spurs King. I think that's it. Yeah, big up to everyone. Thank you. And you might not agree with what I say. It's fine, man. Just tell me what you think in the chat. It's fine. It's all about opinions. I've got my view of it. I don't answer for every fan. You know what I mean? This is just my take on it and how I feel as a fan. And yeah, I'm going to speak my mind about it. I think it's important that you do. I'm just being honest. The state of things at this club and the disappointments of the last 26 years, it's just too much. And this season, last season, I just, just sick of ENIC, sick of poor decisions. It just gets to you, man. Like, I don't know what else to say. When will it ever really change? When will Spurs finally become, a competitive team? We've got a fantastic fan base, yeah, passionate fan base, yeah, big fan base, right? We're a historic club, man. First win a European title. Right, we've won many cups. I know we're not as high as the likes of Liverpool and Man United, but we're still sixth. Most cup winners in English football. Yeah. We're a massive club, man. Sorry, guy.
Remember, we held the record for a while as the most winner of the FA Cups. Remember that?
Yeah, and then ENIC came in and that ended, didn't it? So yeah, yeah. And look, ENIC, leave here when he was here. They built that stadium, and we all thought, okay, that's what they needed. They needed bigger stadium, bringing more money, all these different things that they got, NFL, concerts, whatever, all this extra revenue. And you thought, okay, this is how we're going to kind of compete with those top teams, we're going to close the gap more. But it hasn't happened, has it? It hasn't happened. And this is the infuriating thing about it. Pochettino wasn't backed, was he? He wasn't backed, right? And yes, they were building that stadium and financial stuff, fair enough. But come on, like it's just a series of, bringing likes of Conte, Mourinho, and giving them not top players. Outwalk chance have we got, really? Every manager at Spurs have not had fantastic signings, have they? They've all been kind of if buts and maybes. Couple of good players, but rest, it's more numbers. They spend money. The wage structure, it's not competitive to against the other teams in the league. There's so much, honestly. And look, I just want a change in ownership. I want owners to come in who want success on the pitch, who want what the fans want. We're a sleeping giant, I think, Tottenham Hotspur. We're definitely a sleeping giant there. It's all there to go. It's all there. And I know money doesn't solve everything. It's got to be you've got to have the right people in place to make these decisions at that level. But I just think ENIC, they're never going to get there. Well, Russell, let's bring you in, mate. What's your take on ENIC? And since you've been supporting the club,
this is my third season, I have to preface this by saying, as a kid, I was a United fan. Don't shoot me down, but and I sort of drifted away from when EPL started and all the money come in and there was only the top few clubs. I just give it a miss. So I come in about 3 years ago. But for me, in a nutshell, January said it all. That transfer window, in a nutshell, just spelled out the whole club, just the patheticness of the whole ENIC thing. And I just fail to see how anything will change while they own the club. Now, how you get them out, I don't know. Someone else talked about protesting in front of board members' houses and really putting the fear of God into them, but I can't see it changing with ENIC. They're just not football people. And all the people like us on the panel and the people on all the other shows and whatever are the heart and soul. I got told as a kid in the 70s, my dad played in England, and he told me, it's a religion over there, son. You don't understand. There'll never be football in Australia. He said people live and breathe it every day and night, morning and night, like a religion. He told me this, and it's not like that here. And I got a feeling that the fan base, maybe it's not just Spurs, but at Spurs, people talk about people going for a day out. They're not rusted on. They don't live and die by the result. They're happy they had a night out, going to the games before going out to a nightclub or something, you know. And I don't know. I think that's a problem as well, and that diminishes support for protests and disgust at ENIC, you know. But for me, ENIC is just, they're terrible. They're just terrible, not football people, and I'm sure they sleep at night irrespective of the results. So for me, they got to go, but I don't know how you do that. How you can, that's the problem.
Yeah, it's difficult, Russell. It is difficult. And, you know, for me, I think protests matter. I think more numbers, you know, it'll get more attention to them, to the press, to their sponsors. Unrest, you know, walkouts in matches. I don't know. Look, it's going to take a lot. I just don't think the fan base as a whole, they just don't want to. I can't answer for them. I don't know what to say. Like, for me, I know I'm going to the game with Cookie on Sunday, but I ain't been to a game since Pochettino. I kind of made a decision. I'm not putting any more money into this club. I'm not until I see a change. I'm going to go on Sunday. I'm going to support the team, meet Cookie. I only briefly met Cookie at the last protest. You remember, Cookie, mate? You were ill. We kind of, you know, you got thrown back on the train, didn't you, mate?
Mic's muted. Yeah, that's correct, Dan. My mic was off. Sorry, mate. Yeah, that's correct. I wasn't very well, and I did get lobbed back on the train. Yeah, and then unfortunately couldn't get the ticket on my phone when I got to the main station. So the geezer wouldn't let me on the train, and I'm like half dying, if you know what I mean. And I had to go and buy another ticket for 80 quid to get home. There you go. So that just about made my day that day.
Oh, man, that's terrible day for you, man. You were so ill, man.
I was rough.
What was wrong with you? What, did you have a bug or something?
Yeah, just not well, mate. Just wasn't well. Just not well at all. It's just
Yeah.
one of them,
Yeah, I can answer the question, because obviously it's only this season that I've not been a season ticket holder, and I've been to 10 games.
Guy,
away.
one second, Guy. Sorry, I wanted to say big up to Paul Brown. I didn't say hello to him earlier, so yeah, big up to you, Paul. Sorry, Guy.
That's all right. No. Like I say, you know, this is the first season where I'm going ad hoc games. But I can tell you when it comes to the sentiment on the concourse of games, like I do always say, the fact is the protest messaging, most people don't know about them. Like, most people don't know about them. You know, it's just one of those things. It's, you know, I always say this, not everyone's on YouTube. I'm not on X. I'm not on Twitter. I don't use Reddit. You know, so I get a lot of information from other fans. But a lot of people aren't, you know, they're not in tune with it as much as other people. So that's why I say, like, the messaging of protest needs to be consistent. But yeah, I mean, as a match going fan and other match going fans, the sentiment is there. The sentiment is there. It just depends on the willingness to act on it and what they are willing to do. Because, like, for example, the only reason I'm not going to see you guys is because I live in southeast London at the moment, right? So to go to
And you can't
Tottenham,
fucking walk, mate, at the moment. You can't even walk, mate.
no.
Do you know what I mean?
But yeah, just. But if I was, go on.
I think you're taking the piss, mate. South East London, to be quite honest, with a dodgy leg. Russell's flying over from fucking Australia, mate. What are you doing?
But no, but like considering this is the thing, it's probably the flight will probably take half the time it takes me to get there. But here's the thing, like to traipse across London and to watch games, and also in my present condition. But going back onto the sentiment of fans on the concourse, they do want to do something. They do recognise that there is an issue, but not a lot of people like are open to that discussion because again, a lot of people are just back the boys. Okay, cool. We'll back the boys at the stadium. That's not a problem, And like I say, this whole season I've not heard. Sorry, the whole season that I've been to, pretty much I heard boos for like 80% of the games that I went to at halftime at full time. So people and fans at the stadium do have an unrest. I just don't know that most of them know where the outlet is for it.
Well, as Billy said earlier on the Cookie Show, and he said on other channels, they are putting more thought into it all. They're learning a lot, and they have got a lot of criticism, James, for Tottenham for this, and at least they're trying. Do you know what I mean? Like, at least they've got the balls to do it and try something, man. I respect that. It hasn't worked out this weekend for whatever reason. There are talks that there may be something else happening as well from another group that's been created. We'll have to wait and hear for that. The guys who want ENIC out, want change, they'll have to get together, man. Like you said, Cookie, there's got to be a massive push near the end of the season, a massive protest. Just don't give up, man. We can't accept this from ENIC, man. It's not on. It really isn't on, man. Honestly. Talk about this. Just covered a game yesterday a little bit. I think I've said my bit now, unless anyone else wanted to add anything about how you're feeling about the gathering and the positivity in the fan base after one win.
I just wish I could drink what they're drinking, mate. No, honestly, just give me some of it. Just whatever it is, man. Send it to me via post. I'm quite happy to have some more optimism in my life.
Look, we might have made that mistake before so many times. One good win, good performance, and then it goes to shit the next match. So I'm damaged, man. I'm very damaged supporting this club. My hopes. I don't want to get my hopes up too much because I know. I know what can happen, and I've just tread very cautiously with, let's talk about that game yesterday. I think it's important. I think people in the chat want to talk about it as well, and also look ahead to the Forest game, massive game, huge game. So we're going to talk about that. Big up to everyone in the chat. If you could just smash the like, subscribe if you're new. I'll get Cookie's link and Guy's link up shortly as well. Get them in the chat. So people, if you haven't subscribed to them, please go and subscribe to them as well. Look, yesterday, what I wanted yesterday was it was all about performance. It was all about seeing improvements, right? Seeing the players put in effort, desire, create chances, win the game, and they delivered it. Yeah, so fair play to the team for delivering it. It was a massive improvement into what we've seen, especially since the turn of the year.
I didn't fall asleep.
It was a good game, wasn't it? It was a good game. Look, this team's still vulnerable. We still conceded quite a lot of chances, but I think with the positivity about the game was how we attacked. And it just shows you that these players, and they've been called shit, haven't they, from the fan base, a lot of the fan base. These players are shit, they're not good enough, they deserve relegation, whatever. But we do have some good players. We do have some talent in our team with some returning players. I don't think this squad is relegation level. I refuse to say it is. I just think it's a series of things what's happened this season. Firstly, with Frank and how poorly he managed the team and the squad. Secondly, that decision with ENIC not to Vinay and Lange for not letting Frank go. And so obviously it's a number of combination of things, plus the massive injury list. I think the players, they lost confidence the more the season went on. They just didn't understand what Frank was trying to do, or they didn't agree with his tactics. I don't know what it was, but it wasn't working, and he should have gone a lot sooner. But going back to the game, I just think it was a massive uplift in performance. It really was. Let's get Scott in. Let's welcome in Scott. Big up, Scott, mate. How you doing, mate? I'll bring you in a second. Scott's come in to...
The most optimistic man on YouTube. Let's go.
No, it's good. Good. Scott comes on, man. It's good. You know, he's in the chat. It's good to come in.
Scotty!
He's a favourite, isn't he, amongst the panel and in the chat as well. So big up, Scott. Big up. I was just in the flow of things. It was just a lot better yesterday. It was. We created chances, deserved to win the game. There were some good performances, but again. You know, and I'm sorry, I don't want to be too negative, but there was no pressure on that match yesterday. We're already 3 goals down. You know, the pressure was off. And like we've seen this Spurs side throughout the season, when we've gone 2-0 down, then we decide to play. There was a little bit of that. But, you know, what can we go on? This is all we can go on. We can go on that. We can go on the Liverpool away point. That gives us any indication that, you know, maybe we will stay up in this league. Maybe we will start winning games in the Premier League, and that's all we can go on. So I get the fan base, you know, being positive about yesterday, but as I said, tread very cautiously. Let's bring in Scott. Scott, any take you want to say on the gathering or the positivity or the game, mate? You tell us how you're feeling.
I mean, yeah, I think the one thing I will say, before, you know, because they'll say I'm criticizing change for Tottenham. Anyone who steps up and tries to do something in protesting, full 100% respect for them for trying it, full marks for trying to do it. It's not easy. So if I criticize decisions made, it doesn't mean that I think like, oh, that's just so easy. Anybody can just get 50,000 out there. Like, full credit for everyone who's involved in it for the effort that they're putting forward. And I recognize it's very difficult. I personally am very much like what you said. This parade or gathering that they're doing before the game is so, it just says everything about our fan base, right? We need massive change. We are in the worst place I can remember that our club has ever been. And now what we're going to do is get together, hold hands, sing songs, and pretend like that's going to have an effect on the players, as though that's going to be what we needed. It's not needed at all. It's not needed at all. The idea that now Sarr is going to learn how to pass, Tell's going to learn how to shoot, like, and I know they'll say, well, it's just going to be a little bit more effort. Like, these players if these players are facing relegation and they need me and Guy to show up and give them a little sing along, like, that's a problem, right? They're going to face relegation and they don't care. They're embarrassed, even if it isn't about relegation. How can they not just be embarrassed by their performances on the pitch? Like, they've been embarrassing. And I just, look, fans, do whatever you want, but it's not for me. I think it's not what we need at all. It shows that there's nobody is serious, or so I should say not enough people are serious at all. I think Billy said something about 150 people show up when 60,000 are going to the game. Bang on. People don't care. These fans don't care enough about change. This shows that they don't care about change and why we're kind of stuck in where we are. As for the fake positivity, I call it fake positivity. I've said it. I didn't see any positives in Liverpool. I thought we were terrible. I thought Liverpool were better than us. I thought we were awful. We got a point because of how bad Liverpool was. Not that we showed up and did anything. There's honestly nothing I take from that game that makes me think, oh, we can take what we did there and take it on to the season. If we play like that, we're at risk of getting relegated. If we play the same way we did against Liverpool, we have every chance to get relegated because most teams in the league will beat us if we play like that. Last night, I guess you could say the result is good. We played against a Atletico Madrid team that was never less than 2 goals up on us in the tie. They knew that the whole time. They played like that the whole time. They never got out of, I wouldn't even say they got into first gear. They knew that they were up. They knew they had a 3-goal advantage. There was no reason for them to do anything other than just cruise along carefully. Got a big game on the weekend against Real Madrid. They know that they were going through. There was never a chance at any point in that tie that they were not going through. So I guess we can be excited that some players showed more, but it wasn't like they showed more in a game that was I won't say it wasn't a real game, but it was closer to an exhibition game in the way that it was handled by Atletico than it was a hard fought game. So we showed up in another game where the other team led us and was okay with us having control rather than them having to really fight back against us. And when it got a little bit close and they did fight, we're fighting back and we were up 2-1. They came back and scored 2-2, no problem. They knew they could come back and just put that tie to bed again. And that's what they did. So I know fans are reaching and they want something to be positive about, but I just don't see it. The claims for positivity just aren't there from me. That said, as Guy knows, I've said we're not going down. I've not stayed away from that. As negative as I supposedly am, I have been very strong all season long saying we're not going down, and that doesn't change. I don't think we're going down. I don't think Tudor's done anything to change that one way or the other. If anything, I'm a little more worried with Tudor there now, but we're not going to go down. The other teams are worse. This game coming up is huge. If we lose this to Forest, that might make me change my mind. But as of now, I haven't seen anything positive or negative that would change my mind on my outlook for this team.
Fair enough, Scott. And, look, I get it, your view on it. If you think of it like that, I think Atletico, as soon as there was a little bit of danger that Spurs were in the game, they just stepped it up and they just made sure that we couldn't get away from them. But we did have some glaring chances. Well, honestly, we really did. And we could have got it in within a goal if Tell decided to pass the ball across the goal instead of shoot. Two players were running into the back post. That would have been 2-0 before half time. Obviously they scored, didn't they? When did the Atletico score? Second half, right? Yeah, second half, beginning of the second half. So yeah, that would have been 2-0.
Like 53rd or 40 something around. Like I can't remember the exact time of the game.
They had, they were savvy. They're a good side. I get that, but I think let's go to somebody else because I think there was some good play. I think there was some good football. Yes, the pressure is off, but we can play. We can pass the ball. We can create chances. I thought it was a back five, but after going back and have a look at it, it was actually four. It was four at the back, and it was Radu playing as a right back, and Porro was playing as a winger, which was interesting what he did there. Xavi got on Xavi got on the ball a lot. There was just Gray. I mean, I think he played well. I'm not getting carried away that he's world class like some people are. I think he had a good game. Who else played well?
Scott's getting ready to explode.
I'm sure it's gone Gray.
Too, mate. I've heard it too.
Yeah, but he did play well, and it's these things that, fans want to get behind. They want to get behind players. I feel sorry for Gray, I've got to be honest. I mean, he's been shipped in all sorts of positions under different managers, defence, centre-back, right-back, midfield. He's played everywhere, left-back. I do feel a bit sorry for him. His development has been all over the place, but he has got a lot of games. He's got a lot of experience, so you can look at it like that. Let's go and hear from somebody else. Who wants to take the next step about the game yesterday? Guy, is it? Yeah, do you want to go, mate?
No, I'm quite happy to pass it on because I'll do it in one sentence. It was a good game with some good performances. That's it. Next.
All right, let's go to Russell then.
I was going to say, I love Lubo, but I do think it's a case of love is blind. I always thought with Archie Gray that he was a contender for the Vienna Boys Choir, but I have to say, yesterday, fair play. There was one moment there, he was on the far side of the field, there was some close ball control, beat two players, and I thought, shit, that's Archie Gray.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe it. And there were some other instances where he looks really good progressing the ball in the opponent's other half. So I don't know about this, him being a six. Like it doesn't seem to me that he's a natural six. But I think for him, hopefully with the experience he's drawn on with the time given with Ange in the multitude of positions and that he actually comes out the other end. But, that was one performance. It was the best I've seen him play. and that was one performance. But the thing I took from yesterday, that was probably the first time since the PSG game where we actually played two good halves. I can't remember another game where we played a good 90 minutes. All season, in every competition, apart from the PSG game, we had a good first half. We had a good second half. We've never played a good 90 minutes, and that was the first time. And I blame Frank for a lot of that, because he created this negativity around the players expressing themselves. They all seemed in a shell, so they were never going to ever play a good 90 minutes. But I thought yesterday, we irrespective of the circumstance, I agree with Scott that Madrid sort of, when they needed to, just kept the result in check. But you can only beat who you're playing against. And I think it was very telling that it was Llorente that went up to Gray. Was it Simmons at the end of I think it was Gray, and he went up to him and shook his hand. Well played. Like, that would do wonders for his confidence. That's probably a better acknowledgement than any of us or journos or anything that one of his peers said, mate, you did well. So, for me, that was, second time we've had 90 minutes in almost 12 months. Like,
yeah, I totally agree. I have a guy from the lane bingo card for all of our home games. I've uploaded it. Dan wants to show it. It's the first half. There you go. Look at that. That's been it all season, man, at our home games, right? You know what I mean? And somehow they played good in both halves. So I totally agree on that point.
It was pretty nuts. It was. You got to just take it for what it is and just hope they draw some confidence from it, and they, really stick it to Forest. Forest just had this match in extra time or whatever against the Danish team. I mean, they'll be have one eye on playing Porto in the next round of the Europa, so hopefully they're a bit off, And we've had another day or two rest in between as well than what they have had.
They did leave 9 out tonight, though.
Oh, did they? Oh, okay.
Oh,
I didn't even see.
Yeah, they left 9 out tonight.
I wish Dice was still coaching them.
I wish Ange was still coaching them.
Guys, should we just move?
Worse than Frank.
Yeah, should we just go to the Forest game? Should we just go on
there? Let's go.
Yeah, because I think we've heard enough about that game yesterday from all sorts of shows we've listened into, whatever. Let's talk about Sunday. What do people reckon? Where should we start on this? Guy, do you want to start first?
Oh, easy. I've got no hope for a win.
Ooh.
I've got no hope. No hope. If we win it, and we have to win it, I'll be like, wow, they've proved me wrong. They've actually proved me wrong. They can actually put in a good performance in the Premier League at home. They can actually play two halves of good football. But like I say, for me, it's just... But here we go. It's just like, for me, it's all about momentum, right? It's all about momentum. If we can keep that momentum going and keep a winning attitude instead of approaching games like we're going to lose it already, then cool. I'll have some hope for the next one and the next one after that. But I'm not expecting anything, because how many times have I seen it just this season, last season? They turn up for a game. We think, oh, they can do this. And this isn't a good Forest team. They're not great. They can be got at. But I want them to win, man. We need this win, because if we don't win this, we're buggered when it comes to relegation status. We really are. And when Scott says, that's the game that's going to make him think, oh, relegation really is on the cards. I think a lot of fans, if we don't win that game, the mood in the fan base is just going to be like, we're buggered. We're completely buggered. But we've got to win it. I want us to win it, but I don't see that happening.
Okay. Who wants to go next? Forest.
Oh, yeah.
Any hope? Yeah, go for it, Cookie.
Yeah, I'm having it. Yeah, I'm having it this weekend. I'm afraid. Only because we're going to the game, Dan. I'm delusional. Just for this weekend. By the way, I think that we'll take that form in from Atletico last night. I've got to speak to Scott in a minute, because I know the chat will want to about Archie Gray. Thought he was brilliant last night, personally, first half. Second half, tailed off a little bit, but he worked hard. He was knackered, the kid, poor little sod. You know what I mean? He's only 19. What are we going to do? He's be our captain next season if we go down. Just remember that, probably. What can I say? Look, no, I'm only joking. Look, the Forest game, I think we'll win. I do. I feel like, again, it's like Tottenham let you down all the time, right? And don't get me wrong, they do. I don't think Tudor will let this lot slacken off now. And if they do, I think there's going to be big trouble, personally. I don't think he's having it. And I think you see his attitude from players that don't play from time to time. And when they do pull their finger out their arse in training, they get picked maybe. I don't know. But some weird decisions from our manager and where he plays players, and not so much this weekend, but this game yesterday. But yeah, I've got a bit of hope. I'm just a bit hopeful that they'll do what they've got to do and do enough to nick a win. I don't think it'll be pretty.
Will they play like that though, like they did against Atletico Madrid with the pressing, getting it forward quickly, creating chances? Yeah, do you think they're going to play like that?
And it was lovely to see. I've got to say, Dan, that the creating of the chances as well. You know, at least we did create some chances last night. You know, but you know, I've got to say, you know, I don't know. Scott knows I'm winding him up, man. He's shaking.
No, so I'm just laughing at the ridiculous comments from the chat. But go ahead, you're good.
Nah. Look, it's a must-win game. Like I said earlier, it's almost like it's a 9-pointer. But we'll see this time, because as you say, big up Jezza. As you say, the pressure will be on this weekend. The pressure's on. The players will know. Yeah, word gets around the streets eventually that everyone knows that this is a massive game for Spurs, and let's see how they perform. I hope they do play how they did against Madrid last night with that passion and the effort, and then let's see what happens from there. If that's not good enough for Forest, then I don't know, but I think it will be.
So it's hope more than anything, Cookie, really, isn't it? Because we don't.
Probably.
Yeah.
I'll go quick if that's okay, because I realize I have to go pick up my daughter in 5 minutes. So
go for it, man.
I'll start off with the Archie Gray for you there, Cook. I thought he was fine. What always gets to me and has with Spurs is that it's not okay just to say somebody was good. Like, they're always like, amazing. Like, that was the greatest performance of all time. Holy smokes. He's generational, right? Like, I thought Archie Gray did fine. I think if people might say superb because he's been so poor for his whole career that's better than you would expect from him. But if that was a performance from a regular midfielder that we've had, I'm not even saying like had to be Dembele, like Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, or like the guys who we've had before here, we'd be saying good performance. Congratulations. But now it's like, oh my God, everybody who didn't like, if you're a Gray hater, you're in the mud, you're terrible. Like, Gray was fine. He did it. You know what was superb or amazing or wonderful? Again, people used Bale hat trick. Doesn't mean you have to be Bale, but if you're having a hat trick, right? That's the kind of game where I would say that's amazing. You took over the game and changed it. Gray didn't really control the game in any way. Spurs weren't controlling the game. So I think he was fine. And congratulations for him for having a fine game. That's fine, right? But it's not superb. It's not amazing. Doesn't show, oh, now I think that I can't wait for Gray to start for us again. No, he's a poor player, right? He's been bad. He's not close to the level. Not him particularly, but the fact that we're playing people like Gray in our starting 11 so much is why we are down in relegation zone. Because Dan likes to say the players aren't championship level or relegation level. Archie Gray is championship and relegation level.
Yeah, agree.
So good for him for having a game. So I'll give him credit for that. As for the game on the weekend against Forest, I say it's a 50-50 game. And I'm not going to say either team could win because that's giving both of them too much credit. Any of these teams could lose. They're very good at losing. Both teams could lose this game easily. So we'll see who doesn't lose, because I think it's a toss-up. It's the movable object against the unmovable force, or the resistible force, as they would say, because they can't score. We give up chances for fun. We will give up chances to them, and they will miss them, as they have all season long, because their finishing is woeful. And we'll see who I think probably, as often these games we get excited they'll probably be a little bit more dull than we expect, because we say, oh, that both teams are going to go for it. Probably both teams are scared of losing and are going to be a little bit cagey. There's probably going to be some team, whether it's a weird bounce off a corner, bounces off somebody's backside, it goes in the net, get a bad bounce where you get a deflection and it goes in, right? Bapin Martisar takes a kick and it's going out of bounds, his kick, but it bounces off Milenkovic's 6'9" head and bounces in the net. I could see something like that happening. A 1-0. The team, one of the team wins. The team that loses feels miserable about it because they think they were the better team. The team that wins is just excited to get out of there with the 3 points. 1-0 either way. I'll be positive as I normally am and say that we get the 1-0, but I think this game is going to be brutal to watch because both teams are poor, and hopefully we get the points because it's so important. I think if we go up 4 points on Forest, I'm not sure they can get 4 more points. It's possible they don't even get 4 more points this whole season, let alone 4 more points than we do. It's massive. If we get those 4 points, that's massive. And if we lose this game, all those people that are loving it and want Tudor to have a statue, Tudor is going to be hung up to dry because they're going to be livid because that's how our fan base works. But thanks for having me. It's always good. Russell, very nice to chat with you for the first time. Guy.
Hey, Scott, this is for you.
Oh, how did we let that on? How did we let that on the stream? Dan.
Hey, man, there's no accounting for taste on this stream, bro.
That is, I have seen some. I thought James Flower with his 15 Richarlison jerseys that he got was bad, but you got
here he goes. Here he goes. He's straight in the cupboard, straight in the Spurs cupboard.
Oh, there, that one. That's fair enough. Other than the color, but yeah, fair enough. That's a quality jersey. But thanks for having me, guys. I'll keep listening and try to comment in the chat. Always good chatting.
Always a pleasure. Never a chore, Scott.
We'll see you, boys.
See you, mate.
You know what he said about would be scared to lose. Well, we've never been more scared to lose than when Frank was here. We couldn't be any more scared than that.
But what do you think about the game, brother?
I think we win. Maybe I'm with Cookie. I've got the delusion going as well. So I think the match they've had, we've had more rest. We're at home, aren't we? We're at home.
We are, unfortunately, at home.
Yeah. Look, I know the record hasn't been good, but you can only go up you're only as good as your last performance. And I think that will carry a bit of weight in the mental side of things with the players. I think this is the day. I think this is the day they might do it in spite of everything. I know Murillo and Milenkovic are a tower of strength, and I think that's where they've got to get Richie up there and just the shithousery. Just get amongst it, give them heaps of grief, and have Xavi coming in off the second ball and have shots. I think it's as simple as that. I think that okay, the Madrid got us a couple of times at the back, caught us at 6 and 7. I think this will be tighter at the back. I think this might suit our backs a bit better with Romero and Van der Ven, and I hope he starts Danzo. I'm not sure about the midfield combination. I'm still undecided with that. I don't know whether you stick Sarr on Gibbs White and just kick the hell out of him for as long as he can last. I don't know.
Don't you think they need consistency, guys? Don't you think they need to keep the same team, right? It's got to be the similar team as possible. Yeah, just to keep that momentum from the past 2 games.
I don't know, man.
To drag us in.
What, as a right back? I would put if the dog is fit, he should go left back and Spence should go right back, I think, and then keep Porro as a right winger.
One of the best games Phil ever had was when he had the doggy behind him.
Yeah, so but doggy's fit now. Play him, you should start, and then you've got Spence go on the other side. Don't need a centre. We shouldn't really have a centre back as a right back. Who they got on their left? They've got someone pacey, haven't they, on their wing? Nottingham Forest. What's their player's name? The ex-Chelsea player. Hudson-Odoi.
Hudson-Odoi. Oh yeah, Hudson-Odoi. Yeah.
So yeah, you need to play fullbacks who are fit to
Kick
play.
the shit out of him as well. Early doors.
Yep.
Guys, this game.
Go on.
No, you've got to play dirty as well. Yeah, of course you do, but not too dirty. You don't get sent off. Look, this game, the pressure on this game is huge, right? Honestly, because the game the other night there wasn't that much pressure on it. So we'll see if the players can play like they did against Atletico Madrid, create those chances, get the ball up fast, press well like they did, show that enthusiasm, that desire. They can start believing in their ability again. There's no reason why we can't win this game on Sunday. I know we've been saying it all season. We should win this one. We should win that one. But if Tudor's finally worked it out, what's the best way to play, being at home, if the players have finally kind of got on board and they're listening to his instructions, Nottingham Forest, I know they went through tonight, didn't they, on penalties, but they're not having a great season. They don't score that many goals. I know we got battered by them at their ground, didn't we, under Frank? But look, I'm not saying I'm confident, but for me, there's no excuse. Got to get a win on Sunday at all costs. Got more than enough in there. Solanke might be back. I'll probably just stay with the similar lineup, to be honest, other than those little changes I've made. There's not really anyone else to come back in midfield, is there really? Basuma. I don't think he'll make different. Bergvall, yeah, I don't know if he'll start, but it's an option off the bench, isn't it?
He was awful when he come on, Bergvall, don't you think? When he come on, I thought it upset the rhythm.
Yeah, he's been well off.
He gives it away all the time.
Yeah, look, Bergvall. Yeah, look, it was just good to get another number back, wasn't it? And
would you drop Sarr and put Paulinia in and put Gray in the 8?
Keep Gray in the same position as he played. Give him the same job.
He played in the 8, didn't he? Basically.
Yeah, yeah. Keep him in the side. You could bring in Paulinia for Sarr. How do you think Sarr played? He was all right, weren't he? Yesterday, he was all right.
He got around.
I don't know. I'd probably I'd keep a winning team. Put it like that. Let's keep a winning team. Same formation, same style of play. We've got to just go for it against Nottingham Forest. We've got to attack them. You know, yesterday against Atletico Madrid, we did play quite cautiously, I thought, in the first half. But, you know, we're going to need urgency, more urgency. You know, we've got to get it forward quickly. The crowd will be fully behind the team. We've got to get an early goal. And, we just got to win this game at all costs. Only a win is acceptable. If we don't win and if we lose, and then it'll be back to Tudor out, won't it?
I've got to run, boys.
Russell, lovely to meet you, mate. Thank you for joining us, man.
Great chatting to you, man. Great chatting to you.
Take care.
Yeah, the handbrake's falling, so I better run. Thank you. Thanks very much.
See you later, Russell. Bye-bye.
Oh, dear. But, yeah, you're right. We need some urgency on the ball. We always say it, an early goal is always good, but the problem is that my issue is Spurs have not been able to not concede within the first half of the game, and that to me is scary. That to me is really scary, because as soon as half time comes up, the 35-minute mark, I'm sitting there going, they're going to score. They're going to score. And 9 times out of 10, it happens. When it comes to lineups, Spurs this season, I haven't been able to predict one lineup. I'm not going to lie. You know, we do. Yeah.
I've got one for you. Don't be surprised with a 3-week break coming up. Yeah. Considering, especially in the Atletico game, the shots we had on target, we was getting men round the ball a lot more further up the pitch. Don't be surprised if he goes Mawani on the right, Solanke in the middle, Richarlison on the left. Don't be surprised at all.
I wouldn't be surprised at all with
because
any
3 big lads up front. He's got Mawani playing for him a little bit. Yeah, last couple of games, Mawani seems to have, I don't know, got his head on a little bit. He seems to be chasing back a bit more. Yeah, honestly, I think he's
Mawani in the Liverpool game, the same Mawani that kicked the ball out the field twice.
I'm not talking about a Liverpool game. I'm talking about last night.
Okay.
Cookie, so who are you talking about up free? You're talking about 3 forwards up there, you're saying?
Yeah, I think he might do that because he likes to get people round the ball, Dan.
Yeah, but that really means we're going to have to drop Porro, Cookie. That means we have to drop Porro because he was the one who was the delivery.
I don't know,
who's going to deliver from the right? Who's going to deliver?
I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just throwing it out there that I think he might do that at some stage.
But where's the at some stage? Yeah, I think you, if you're desperate for a goal, but I think wouldn't you keep it as near as the same as possible?
Me personally, yeah, I would.
Yeah.
It depends if he goes to doing this free thing again. I don't think he will now. He seems settled more on a, I don't know if you want to call it a 4-4-2, whatever you want to call it, really. Sometimes it looks like they're playing 3 at the back, and other times it looks like they're playing 4. To me, because I feel like a lot of the time when I'm seeing Dragusin, he's out on this left-hand side a lot. You know, he seems like he's the only one when Mickey's not playing that can kick a ball with his left foot, Dragusin, when he plays. But I don't know. I think he'll probably stick with a 4, to be honest with you now. It seems like that's the way to go. So, like you said, hopefully he'll push Porro further up, keep him out on the right-hand side, and sort of, I don't know, even though Porro's been known as a right wing back rather than a right back, I like him obviously further forward because of the delivery, but also when he brings on players like Gallagher, I want to see him playing him in his right position. Yeah, play him in his correct position. So if you're going to swap people over, do it properly and keep them in their right. Don't say to Gallagher, for argument's sake, oh, there's 20 minutes left, mate. Go and play out on the right wing. Porro's had it. Because, you know what I mean? I don't get all that. Just play them correctly. And I think now that the trouble is now, Dan, is that they've shown everyone they can do it last night, effort-wise. Do you know what I mean? And I don't think the fans will take any less now. I don't, because you can't prove it one week and then the next week, for argument's sake, you put a performance in that lacks effort, and then where do you go from there? Excuse me a minute, please. Every 2 minutes.
No, I echo the same thoughts. You can't put in a relatively good performance against Atleti and completely fold for this game, which has got a lot of pressure. But here's the thing, and just like I don't believe in historical determinism. I'm not saying that every past performance is going to be replicated, but going on the entire season, because I go on the entire season, manager Frankie Boy or manager Tude or who, they've got to turn up. These players have got to turn up. They just have to turn up.
Especially with the special treatment they're getting in it before the game. This look, I don't want to speak about it anymore. We'll be in the pub, Cookie, won't we?
Oh, will.
We'll
I don't mind speaking about it anymore. Right, let me
go
tell
for it, mate.
you.
Go on and have it.
Right. I'll
Some
just
new
tell
people
you
are in the chat, aren't they? Yeah.
This geezer here, not Guy, by the way, the one on the other side. Sorry, Guy. Right.
It's all right, mate.
This one over this side, the one with the old the cap on his head, the hat on his head, old Dan. Right, me and him are going on Saturday. We was coming for the protest originally, to have it large, but bring back the good old days. I'm not saying fans don't get behind the team now, but I've got to rekindle some of these old songs on Sunday that they don't sing anymore. So we'll be having it large in block 258. We'll have Phil P on it.
Oh, South Stand.
Oh,
South Stand.
yeah. We're the South Stand. We're the South Stand. We're the South Stand. Tottenham. Have it large. We'll be having it large and a bit of Enoch out as well. But what I wanted to say is that me and Dan are getting there at a reasonable time, coaching horses. Anyone that's going to be there, 12 o'clock.
Come and say
hello. My favourite pub in the area, mate. My favourite pub.
Might be in the Jolly Bricklayers as well at some stage. But Dan will be doing a lot of filming. And for any of you that are there, if he doesn't approach you and you see him and he's got his wand in his hand, whatever he's doing with his phone, go and say hello to him. You might have a little interview to have with him.
A Cookie's the interviewer. I'm the filmer now.
There you go.
There we go. We're both going to do it. We're both going to do it.
However you like, Dan. But we're going to get as much information of our fans feel so that you can get it out on the channels and just show people at the end of the day, because I'm sure you'll get a mixed reaction one way or the other.
Yeah, well, if they'll all be at that gathering, though, isn't it? A lot of people. So, don't know. What time's the gathering?
Mate,
Half 11.
That's cringe as hell, mate. That gathering's
Yeah.
Do me a
cringe.
favour, I'll have a pint of
Cringe.
Guinness in my hand, mate, at 11:30. If I ain't, I'll have a problem. I know that.
A man after my own top.
And he's not driving, so he'll have a double something in his hand. We'll get him going straight away. So when the lippy ones come up, he'll just nut them old style. You know what I mean? Bang, have some of that.
What's going on with your son, Cookie? He's going in there or something?
Yeah, my son's going. We're meeting his son as well. He'll meet us in the boozer because he's on a stag night the night before. So he's going to meet us. I think either that or we're going to pick him up if he stays at his mate's gaff after I've picked you up.
Is he in London? Is he in London, Cookie?
No, he's in. I believe it's either Hertford or Hoddesdon.
Oh right, yeah.
For the night, yeah.
Big up everyone in the chat. Big up to Toxic Headshot. Big up to I think Brian was in here earlier. Big up Brian. Hope you're good. Big up to Tommy as well. Hope you're good, man. Tommy's here. Who else I miss? Mina Bo, evening to you as well. Smash the likes, subscribe if you're new. Please subscribe to Guy and Cookie as well. Much appreciated. I'll get their links up in the chat. Just want to make sure I've said hello to everyone else. We're going to close it down in a minute. It's pretty late now. Got a lot off my chest tonight. Let's go to the chat. Tommy wants me to address the man wearing the Telt shirt. What the fuck is he smoking? Russell's gone now, man.
It's only 3 letters. It's cheaper. It's only 3 letters. It's cheaper.
That's it.
Tell, yeah, he must have got it on the shirt when he signed. I don't know because he's not been good enough, has he?
I can't even go and get. I ain't got it on.
What's that?
I ain't got it on. I was going to go and get me Toby shirt and flash that about a bit. You know what I mean?
Wear that on Sunday, man.
I'll have it on Sunday. Yeah.
Lee says we need kudos back.
Eh?
Yeah, looking forward to it, man. It'll be good to see you, man.
It's going to be a great day. Honestly, it is. We're going to get so much information. We're going to the game. We'll have it large at the game, supporting the boys.
That's if we're not too pissed, mate.
No, I'm driving.
It's always good to get. It's always getting feedback from. This is the reason, like, I like to do shows, because I do consider myself more of a match-going fan than a YouTuber. And when you start speaking to people in the concourse, you actually realise what's actually going on.
Yeah. We'll try and talk to as many people.
Well, I'll
as
tell
possible.
you what, me and Dan, you know, when you go in the stadium, right? So bear in mind, it's only the second time I'd have ever been in there, right? But you walk in, don't you, around by block 25, whatever it's called, in the entrance there, and you go up the stairs where they're banging on the metal thing.
Yeah,
they're out of there this week, mate. They ain't nowhere near that metal thing when we get in there, mate. They're all getting pushed to one side. We're going to do it old style, aren't we, Dan?
Yeah.
We're going to have it proper large, mate. Get the old tripod out and all that. Filming them all, giving it the beans. It's going to be great, mate. With Tottenham takeover, old style.
Look, man, we got to get behind the team. We do, man. We need to, man. We can't. I don't want to go down. I want us to win the game. It's been too long, especially in Premier League, man. We need to see a result, man. Honestly.
Yeah.
We got to. It's a 3-week break after this game, man. We got to go into it at least with a win. Imagine, man. We got to get a win. I think we can do it. I think Nottingham Forest. I think there was a comment in the chat earlier saying they haven't won under the new manager. Is that right? He's come in, he hasn't won a game. Is that true?
They said that with Bournemouth. They said Bournemouth haven't won a game in 5 games. What happened when they came to our grounds? Nice.
Big up to Scott. How you doing, man? It's hard to predict what Tudor will do because he's so clueless. Big up to Scott as well. Another Scott Hyam. How you doing? Big up. Coys, come on, you Spurs. Bloody missus called me, Russell. And Tommy.
What can we do?
Toby's a great player for us. Love Toby, Mark. Look, I'm going to wrap it up now. Yeah, get in there. I'm going to wrap it up now. Big up to everyone who's watched, commented. Love you all. Thank you so much. Smash the likes. Subscribe to Guy. Subscribe to Cookie. Thank you, Guy, for coming on.
Always a pleasure.
Cheers,
never
mate.
a chore, mate.
And Cookie as well. Big up to Russell earlier and Scott as well for joining us as well. And let's see what happens on Sunday. Big up. See what happens Sunday, guys. yeah, who knows what will happen, but we'll get behind the team. We've got to get a win. It's been too long, isn't it? Been too long. Surely. It's about time. Am I confident? No, I'm not confident. But, you know, if you're going on what's happened in the past couple of games, of course, you think, okay, you know, maybe there is a bit of a turnaround. But until they win that Premier League game, yeah, I can't be sure. Look, big up everyone in the chat. Good night to you all. Take care of yourselves. Hope to see some of you out there on Sunday. Come up to us, say hello, have a chat. Yeah, it'd be nice to meet you in person. Yeah, just to finish off the chat. Big up, Tommy. Thank you. Therapy session. Yes, it definitely is. Great show. Cheers, man. Cheers, Russell. And that's it, guys. So, good night to you all. And as always, come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.